everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. After intense speculation as to who captured young and restless Sharon and Phyllis and locked them up together, fans were blindsided by the reveal of the kidnapper's identity. Suffice it to say, he wasn't on our radar whatsoever. So why then did Alan Laurent do it? Keep reading. We were nothing short of flabbergasted to see Traci's new fiancé, Alan, pull his cell phone out of his pocket and discover that he was the person watching Sharon and Phyllis on the video feed. This meant, of course, that he was the diabolical captor who had torn them from their families and locked them up. In that moment, our hearts shattered for Traci, who was at that very moment crying tears of happiness at the athletic club as she shared her engagement news with Jack and Diane. The reveal was shocking, but in retrospect, we saw something like this coming. Find out why we've long believed that it's pretty clear now that Alan is, in fact, Martin, unless the former underwent a psychotic break after the death of his brother. But that doesn't answer the big question. Why would Martin kidnap Sharon and Phyllis? Why would he care if they made amends or hated each other forever after? He doesn't even know Phyllis and barely knows Sharon. The answer to that is stunning and not a little chilling. We know, from Alan's past descriptions of his twin brother, that Martin enjoyed impersonating him, a respected psychiatrist, because he enjoyed the challenge of it and got a thrill out of being able to pull it off. As we found out when Martin fooled Ashley into believing he was her good friend Alan, he was incredibly skilled at the deception. Looking at the situation with Ashley and knowing what we do now, it's clear he not only manipulated the abbot into thinking he was Alan, but may have done something during her initial meeting with him in Paris to send her headlong into the dead spiral and bring out her alters. That then led to him convincing her to sign herself into a clinic overseas to get help to discover a childhood trauma, thus getting her out of the way whilst he pursued her sister. Ashley, meanwhile, had no luck discovering this terrible event in her past, which makes us wonder if it even exists or was just another manipulation by Martin. In any case, it's clear that Martin loves to prove to himself that he is capable of manipulating people mentally and emotionally. It's a game for him, a challenge, like the one he's playing with Sharon and Phyllis. But why experiment on two women he doesn't even know? Well, our guess is that it stems from Sharon having been unlucky enough to have crossed his path and intrigued him. Young and restless fans will recall that he first met Sharon when Traci introduced them in the athletic club one day. Sharon was clearly disturbed on that occasion, believing she had killed Heather and still under the influence of the PCP. That would have caught his attention. But Martin became even more entrenched in Sharon's psyche when Alan was invited to perform hypnosis on her in a bid to help her remember not only the night Phyllis was run off of the road, but also the events that took place on the night Heather died. He obviously became fascinated by Sharon and her mental issues, not to mention her complicated and volatile dynamic with longtime rival Phyllis. We can only assume that sense of intrigue is what triggered Martin's diabolical desire to play this unhinged game with Sharon and her nemesis. To find out if he could achieve the seemingly impossible and force the enemies to work through their issues and team up, not only survive, but to escape. The words experiment, challenge, and game have been used repeatedly throughout these scenes by The Voice, which sheds light on his motivation. But the idea that he has mentally and physically tortured these women and treated them like lab rats simply for the thrill of it, and to satisfy his demented ego, is downright chilling. Could there be more to it? It's possible, but that will have to be revealed in time.